It's time again for this week's Splinterlands video, with the theme being reverse speed battles. This is kind of a fun one to go over because reverse speed changes the game a lot. It changes it from the fast monsters being good to them being bad and the slow monsters becoming a lot better. I'm going to start off here with this battle, and you're going to get a look at... Oh, wait, that's not the one I wanted to start with. That's the one where I forgot to make a team. That happens sometimes. The one I wanted to start with was this one here. Okay, so it's a reverse speed with Little League. This changes it a little bit because it makes it not use some of the all-stars of the reverse speed, which are high-cost slow monsters. And so you're going to see here where the opponent did not adjust his team very well to the rule set, including using a monster that's going to slow mine down. And so even though he's got almost all maxed cards out over here, these cards are almost all max level, and my cards are not, you're going to see what happens when you don't adjust to the rule set. And your superior cards cannot just win you a match if you're not going to adjust to the rule set. And that's one of the things I love about Splinterlands. It's not always about who has the higher level cards. I mean, look here, I'm using sixes, fives, a six. The epic four is kind of high level. This guy's only five, this guy's six, and he's got a completely maxed out team. Normally, you'd think I might lose this match, but his guys are fast. He's speeding his team up and slowing my team down. This might be somebody with a maxed out bot account, but it's a good example of showing you how if you do not adjust for the rules, you'll just lose. See, my whole team went before anybody on his team went again. So his first monster went down very easily. I also had a pretty good rule set here playing headwinds against these two. And so as you can see, I mean, I'm never really in very much danger here. He's just got no way to counter my healing, no way to deal with the fact that my monsters are going to get to pretty much attack first the whole time. And the best thing for me is that he played a monster that slowed me down as his last position. So he made my team even better than it would have been. And that's how a lower level team beats the other team without even losing one monster. By just knowing the rule set, making a team that adjusts to the rule set, and getting really lucky when your opponent doesn't. So that's always something funny to see. I have a couple other reverse speed battles to show you. I'm going to show you one here that was a bit interesting because this one is 36 mana with close range and reverse speed. So this changes things up a lot. You're going to see here I went dragon. I usually go dragon in higher mana matches. They just have more monsters that cost high mana that you can play. But their monsters aren't that slow, not all of them. So you got to adjust for that. He went kind of a classic team that you see for reverse speed in water, but a very interesting setup. I'm not gonna lie, this guy right here, people play him in reverse speed because it's kind of nice to heal to end a turn, but it makes him miss a lot, so I don't like him there. This card was an interesting play. I don't know if he thought I was hoping I'd be going sneak to throw him at the back. He's not a bad monster for reverse speed because he's not that fast. It's just anytime you put a monster that's not going to attack on the board, you kind of risk what happens here, and he just didn't really have enough people attacking to get through my red dragon self-heal. Because I didn't even play another healer in this time because the team I teamed up with white, their healer would have slowed his team down. I didn't want to do that. But he put a card on the board that's just going to sit here because I don't have anyone with sneak. So that's just going to sit here till the very end. And you'll see how that ends up not being helpful for him. I'll speed this one up. Well, I'll slow it down a tiny. Oh, I made it all disappear. I wanted to go to double speed only. The red dragon, I was expecting maybe to see some ranged monsters, so I did go with the guy with return fire. He's also just a great card. I mean, he hits really, really hard. He's even better when you get to play him at level 4. So that there, this guy is also, he's in all pretty much one of the best cards to use in reverse speed. So you see there, they got through the dragon, but not until I got rid of his lord. So at that point, it was really setting me up to put him in a situation where he's going to end up just with not enough power to beat me. He has a chance here because he's still close range, allows this guy to still attack. But there, I take out the double heal, and now all my guys are going to focus on him, so he's dead. Now here's where it does take a little bit of, just like there was a slight chance, could I maybe lose this? But in the end, it's just I had too much damage left. He couldn't beat me with that legendary at the end with 4 monsters left. And just to prove I don't always win, let's watch a reverse speed where I make some mistakes. Here, my first mistake in a 12 mana game is going to be going with the dragon team. I think I might have forced this because I was questing. And this is just something you'll see if you get into the game. You'll be questing and you'll be like, I'm going to try some weird team just to use dragon. In super sneak reverse speed, I went for double thorns. And I ran into somebody who played an interesting team for reverse speed, but it ended up being a horrible team for me. And also, when you watch this, you'll see sometimes you just don't get lucky. I'm not sure why, but I missed. I remember this because it was kind of frustrating when it happened. I missed this Haunted Spider a bunch of times. And he's a 2-speed. I'm a 3, but I understand there's a slight advantage there. But to miss was just like, wow, how did that happen? In general, though, here I'm in trouble because I went all melee guys, and he's got the best tank with Thorn sitting here, and so I'm just gonna kill myself attacking him. But see, here's the one that miss. I was like, are you kidding me? What happened? How did I miss? And then it was just over, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, Manacor's a good card, but he gets the poisons, and and that one miss, because of that attack where he got the poison, and the extra attack on me, it cost me that match. And so you're just like, wow, whenever that happens, it's kind of a bummer. But, I hope you kind of liked my little look at a couple games with the reverse speed rule set. I really like the way Splinterlands is doing this. They are adding so many different rule sets to the games that even though we have the same old cards, some of us, you still get a much different play feel for the game all the time. I mean, if you just look here, look at all the different combinations. I don't even think I get a repeat combination all day. Really. There's some that are, similar, but they're always a little different. So you have to be paying attention to your rule set. You have to really be doing that. And I love it because it makes it, though you can bot the game, it's not going to be that effective or as effective unless you have a really smart bot. You can't just say, hey, play this team, these cards every time, because you'll run into those other matches like I showed you on the first one where you just get dominated because your team was not built to play in the rule set. So, keep playing Splinterlands. There was some exciting news today. The most exciting thing for me is that this market is soon going to allow you to buy these cards with PayPal. So now when somebody puts up a legendary for 448 and I go, you know what? I don't have him. I'll just go ahead and pick him up for $4. No big deal on the PayPal account. I can even link it back to my credit card, get some cash back when I buy my cards. And I think that's going to just change this marketplace incredibly. I don't think you're going to see cards sitting around for $2 when people can pick them up using credit card. Because right now the annoying part about the marketplace, you got to buy Steem. So you need a fiat on ramp. You have to buy the Steem. You got to get the Steem onto your account. I mean, you could also same thing with Tron or um, Deck. If you could buy with all those things, but all of them require a fiat on ramp that slows you down. And I think that's why the market is undervalued because most of us who are on Steem are Steem fans. You don't want to spend your Steem necessarily on cards. You're powering up. Right now, you could the more SP you get, the more curation rewards you get after the hard fork. It's really hard for me to part, especially because Steem is so cheap, right? You're blogging all day, you earn 4 Steem, it's only worth 40 cents. You're like, I'm not gonna spend my 12-cent Steem trying to get a $4 card. I'm gonna have to spend way too many of them. It just doesn't make any sense. So I don't think a lot of us are doing it. You might bring you know money in specifically to come buy this card for $4, but unless you got a really good fiat on ramp, you're either paying fees or you're stuck in a situation where you have to put money in, wait a couple days, have it hit your exchange. Then you got to see if that exchange has Steem. If it doesn't, and you got to buy some crypto that has a pretty cheap amount to transfer to the exchange that does have Steem. Then you have to buy the Steem, get it sent to your account, then you can finally buy the card. And the time that's just that takes away that impulse buy, right? That takes away somebody just kicked my butt with this card. That's it. I want that card. I'm gonna go buy it. It takes away that chance for people to pick up these extra cards on really quickly to come in and shop and fill out their deck. So I have a feeling when PayPal gets added into this, we're going to see this market change a lot, which if I'm right, it's going to be great for the game. It's going to be great for all the early adopters, which all of us are, and it's going to be a good thing for a DApp running in crypto world. If we get a really vibrant marketplace going with a lot of transactions, you're going to see people right now, they might not come and play a game because, to be completely honest, you buy a pack of Untamed cards for $2, and this is the only rare you get. It's only worth a quarter. That the risk to reward on return there seems like, man, I can spend $2, get a pack. It's only worth 50 cents between all the cards. If I get a gold, it makes up for it because then that same card is worth 237. I got all my money back right away, but that doesn't happen every pack. If you're buying 5 packs at a time, coming in slowly, you might not see a gold card very often at all. Especially if you're a new player who doesn't really have the deck to be buying the potions and things like that. So I can't wait to see hopefully PayPal come in. I know I'm going to probably fall victim to buying a whole bunch of cards if the prices don't change. So do me a favor, guys, keep them cheap. That's going to be all for tonight. I hope you guys have a